Year A, Lesson 13, Learning to Trust God. Wednesday's lesson is entitled On the Way Home. Memory verse, 1 John 5:4. For whatever is born of God overcomes the world, and this is the victory that has overcome the world, our faith. After Jacob and Esau parted, Jacob and his family traveled on with their droves of animals. How good it must have seemed to finally be back in the land of Canaan. When they arrived near a city called Shechem, Jacob bought some land, and they settled there for a while. Genesis chapter 33, verses 18 and 19. And Jacob came to Shalem, a city of Shechem, which is in the land of Canaan, when he came from Paddan Aram. And he pitched his tent before the city. And he bought a parcel of a field where he had spread his tent at the hand of the children of Hamor, Shechem's father, for 100 pieces of money. Shechem was where Jacob's grandfather Abraham first camped when he moved to Canaan more than 180 years before. And, like Abraham had done, Jacob built an altar there, and had everyone in the camp come together for the morning and evening sacrifices. That was somewhat like our morning and evening worships. Genesis chapter 33, verse 20. And he erected there an altar, and called it El Elohe Israel. Several years after Jacob returned to the land of Canaan with his family, his teenage daughter Dinah did what might seem to be harmless fun when she started out. But it didn't work out that way. In fact, what she did turned into such a terrible mess. God told Jacob to move away from Shechem and go to Bethel. What did Dinah do that caused so much trouble? Genesis chapter 34, verse 1. And Dinah, the daughter of Leah, which she bare unto Jacob, went out to see the daughters of the land. Making friends with the heathen girls who lived in Shechem got Jacob's whole family into trouble. Too late, they found out that being friends with people who don't love and obey God is the same as leaving the safe road and going into Satan's war zone. Do you think that Satan still tempts teenagers to do things like Dinah did? Hamor, a man living in Shechem, had named his son Shechem, and he asked Jacob's permission for his son Shechem to marry Dinah. At the same time, he suggested that Jacob's children marry the children of the people living in Shechem. That way, they would be united as one community of people. Genesis chapter 34, verses 8 and 9. And Hamor communed with them, saying, The soul of my son Shechem longeth for your daughter. I pray you give her him to wife, and make him marriages with us, and give your daughters unto us, and take our daughters unto you. Was Hamor's suggestion a good idea? No, it's never a good idea for God's children to marry people who don't worship God the way they do. Neither was it right for two of Dinah's brothers, Simeon and Levi, to destroy the men in Shechem because of what happened to their sister. Genesis chapter 34, verses 26 and 27. And they slew Hamor and Shechem his son with the edge of the sword, and took Dinah out of Shechem's house and went out. The sons of Jacob came upon the slain and spoiled the city, because they had defiled their sister. Let's apply it. Do two wrongs ever make a right? If someone does something unkind to you, does being mean back to them solve the problem? Romans chapter 12, verses 19 to 20. Dearly beloved, avenge not yourselves, but rather give place unto wrath. For it is written, Vengeance is mine, I will repay, saith the Lord. Therefore, if thine enemy hunger, feed him. If he thirst, give him drink. For in so doing thou shalt heap coals of fire on his head. Be not overcome of evil, but overcome evil with good.